energy from this group. It's amazing.
Who here was up until at least 4 a.m. last night?
Show of hands. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, half the room.
That's a lot.
of people. What were you guys doing?
Drinking.
Drinking. That's
Were you guys in this room for the Monster Nurse Lounge? Who was here for that? Okay, all right.
That was a lot of fun. Shouts out to the monster nurses.
They're not here.
I know, but it's...
What was the decision? Is that what? Why were they monster nurses? Like,
Because it's better than like a regular nurse.
okay.
Yeah, it's not a medical
Something?
convention. It's an anime convention.
Yeah.
Monster Girls Encyclopedia.
Monster Girls Encyclopedia.
Yeah, I knew
Is
that.
that like a cool book?
Is that an online PDF or can you get that in print?
It's probably both.
Well, oh.
Nice. Well, anyway, we had a good time.
Yeah, we emceed the Masquerade Ball last night.
Who was at the Masquerade Ball last night?
Yeah. Oh man, thanks.
Nice. Can you believe this is the same stage here right now? A little bit more entertaining today.
Man, I was so nervous to do that. They give me this folder and it's full of these like Japanese anime names that I can't pronounce. Like, hey, go on stage and do that. And
Do you recall any that were particularly hard for you?
No, I spelled everything phonetically. Duke helped me out trying to, but I still butchered it all. I wasn't that nervous until we started talking to each of our contestants who we'd be introducing, and they were so serious about it, and like, you can't mess this up. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, they were giving him every Love Live character.
One girl was like almost in tears, like, I've been working on this costume for so long, I really need this to be right. I'm like, okay.
And Sean was not giving her any confidence at all that he was going to pronounce her name correctly.
No.
And she was about to cry about it.
Yeah, you see the look in her eyes just getting sadder and sadder.
Yeah, 'cause
she realizes you were going to butcher this.
Yeah, and it was, we took turns, so it was like Rocco had some, I had some, Eric had some, and so she kept thinking, I could see in her eyes like, why did I get you? Because she was like,
But it was hard for me to, like, I've watched a lot of anime, a lot more than Sean anyway, I think it's fair to say.
I would say that.
And so I was like, I got this, no problem. And then I flipped it open and I'm like, okay, wait, how do you pronounce this? And I showed it to like 5 different people and they all said the same thing. Yeah, it's code gay ass. So I went up, that's what I said, and then I started hearing,
So
They sabotaged you.
yeah, I got snookered.
It's not,
There was a saboteur.
how you pronounce it?
Does anybody know?
Oh, Gion.
Gios.
Not one person said that to me. Code gay ass? Yes. Great. That was it.
And then everybody thought you were like trying to be funny.
I wasn't, yeah, I was. That was what the research showed. And I almost called the character, I think it was like CC or something, and they were like, no, it's C2. It's like, why didn't they put C2? There's 2 C's.
I see.
You're CC now. You're a pizza buffet. Sorry. Anyway. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
In the middle of the show, well, towards the end, I guess, I don't know at what point, but the judges had to go deliberate to like come up with who was the winner or whatever, and we ended up having to like vamp for 45 minutes, which in stage time is like 7.5 years.
We were told we would have to fill 20 minutes of time while they deliberated, and we went for 45. But I think we did pretty good. We got a lot of compliments afterwards. So
People said that we were funny, but man, there were times it's like, okay, they gotta just pick a winner at this point because I'm dying out here.
You were sweating the worst.
I think each of us, I don't know if you went backstage to check on the judges.
No.
But Sean and I both did separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we found out they weren't even in this.
No.
But enough about that. The Masquerade was fun.
It was
was
a lot
fun.
of fun.
It was-
The vamping was fun. We could truth or dare with the crowd. We played other games. It was fun.
Oh, Rocco put out a bunch of football trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that was my whole kind of idea. Was I just thought we should have spent that whole time doing football trivia, just because I thought that'd be kind of educational. And I was told multiple times, you stop.
In a room of 1,500 people, 2 raised their hands.
No, you know who had the most answers were the cosplayer contestants sitting
That's
off to
true.
the side.
Yeah.
They were shouting a bunch of answers and like getting angry that we weren't paying attention to them.
Yeah, one of them said, "Yeah, there's a football anime that I watch. I know the answer to these questions."
It was all the like,
Iron Shield.
Yeah,
it was all the Love Live cosplayers. Like, is there a big football presence in Love
they're
Live?
big Iron Shield fans too.
And I'm like, what's that all about?
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway.
So, we usually do a podcast every Sunday. We do a live podcast, and we thought, why not bring that format here? But it's kind of weird because we don't do one with an audience, so we might break the format a little bit, go outside the box.
Take some questions or something.
Yeah, we'll take some questions from you guys. We'll play it by ear. It's gonna be fun. This is our first time being to TaiyouCon.
First time at a convention in Arizona.
First time being to Arizona. Is anybody else in this room not from Arizona? Oh,
Wow.
Cool. Yeah,
like us.
yeah.
What do you got to say? What first impressions of Arizona, Sean?
Well, I've
Go.
been to Arizona before, to be honest with you. So I've seen the Grand Canyon, guys. I saw it.
You just said it was the first time.
Is that where
That's our first convention here. What?
Is that where that is?
It's
here?
yeah, it's here, right?
I couldn't have told you that either.
It's somewhere.
Really here? Did you not know that?
I did not know the.
For some reason, I just never thought about it.
It's in Arizona. It really is.
They're lying to you.
Shouts out.
It's in New Mexico.
It's in Nevada.
Oh, is it code gay ass too?
I know
He lives there.
Arizona's got the London Bridge, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I've been to Lake Havasu. I've been to the London Bridge.
Wait, they had the London Bridge.
Am I wrong on this?
No, we moved it over brick by brick.
Yeah, Lake Havasu, they moved the London Bridge over brick by brick and rebuilt it
What the
in Lake
hell?
Havasu.
Why?
See, I know more about Arizona.
Why would they do that? What a waste of time.
You know, I like that. I get it. It's like sticking it to London. You know, like we got your bridge. What are you gonna do about it? We got it dangling over a lake. We'll sink it.
Can you imagine? We need a bridge here. I know just the bridge. Let's just take that one.
Dude, we're from California. We might wake up one day and England has stolen Golden Gate from us. In revenge.
Let them have it. No, we've seen it.
You know, so many people jump off that thing to take it away.
Yeah,
Glass.
exactly. It's not good. It's always interesting seeing the things that get transported from other places like that because a big thing, you know, Southern California, us Southern Californians here, you know, one of the great, you know, iconic things is the California letters outside California Adventure. It used to, in Disneyland, you remember there was
Yeah.
big letters that spelled like California? They tore all that out, but now it's in like some like park in San Jose.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, there's just a giant word California.
Huh.
Yeah,
Repurposed.
Taken from, back in the MySpace days, everyone had to take a picture with their letter of their name and use that as their profile image. Like, my name's Andy. Hey. Anyway.
My name starts with a D.
Yeah, you were screwed. You had to find the Disney logo somewhere and just like chill with the D or something.
Post
That's what I had to do.
I don't know.
Thoughts on TaiyouCon so far, guys? It's our first time being here.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, we had a great time.
They treated us so well here. Everyone, all of you guys have been great. We had a little booth here that's super chill and relaxed, and everyone's super friendly. I don't know. I feel like, you know, we do Comic-Con, we do the PAXs, and they're so big, you get lost in the shuffle. But here, it's just like, you know, everyone's so friendly and nice, and just, we're all hanging out together. It's more like a vacation, really, than like.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, Comic-Con is all like family friendly. Boo. TaiyouCon is like all 18 and up events. It's
Yeah,
great. I've never
we were
seen
talking
so
about
many
that.
like adult only events
Do you
at
know
a
how many
convention.
there were? I counted last night.
How many?
You did.
Last night we had the program up and I was counting how many 18 plus panels there are. 22.
Whoa!
Yeah, because when we go to other giant cons, they'll have like one or two.
Yeah,
one.
And so yeah, we brought that up to the management here. It's like, you have so many 18 up events. They were like, no, I mean everyone does. It's like you have it's in the 20s.
You guys are horny out here.
Yeah, what is going on?
Oh, it's awesome.
And we checked them all out.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
We went to Can You Fap to That? We went
And you
to
couldn't, by the way.
no, there's nothing to fap to. Total disappointment. Sorry. If the hosts are here, I'm sorry. We went to Anime Moms experience counts.
Oh yeah. So yeah, maybe the best panel of the entire weekend. Anime Moms Experience Counts. So I guess it was intended to be a panel where people would just talk about like hot anime moms. The host did not show up. So it was a room full of 100% guys and someone just at the front of the room, and everyone was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, didn't show up. Trying to think of a hot mom. Bulma, she had trunks.
Ash's mom.
Yeah.
And then I brought up the only one I could think. There was a mother character in Go Danner, and I was like, remember her? And no one knew what I was talking about. And I was like, fuck this.
They thought you were like.
I was like making fun of them.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I could think of.
You should be giving this moment. Look at these. They didn't know who this was. You don't know who this is? You're the Hot Moms panel? Come on.
You should definitely win.
That was the test, and they failed. I passed. They failed. Anyway, so into that.
Yeah.
What else?
And then right after that, we ditched that panel to go next door to Iphilia. Where people were talking about their fetishes.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even anime related at that point.
It wasn't. It really was like Loveline, like IRL.
Just to bring it back home to the convention organizers, they're like, this happens at every convention.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, and
Yeah. It was really interesting.
yeah, what was your favorite part of that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because I don't know who's here. I don't want to like talk about like.
Yeah, you had
space.
to be there.
I learned a lot. Like
I learned that everything sexual that is like an extracurricular activity ends in the word play.
oh yeah. Car play.
People be like, oh, I like to do it in cars. I'm into car play.
I didn't know that was called car play.
Yeah.
I thought that was just boning in the car.
But then that made me rethink, like,
That was the last resort.
like it just recontextualized cosplay to me, because I was like, okay, this play suffix,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird.
But yeah.
So there you have it.
It was. Yeah.
It was funny because I went to bed early, so I missed these panels. And
Yeah,
so,
you're going to bed too early.
yeah, I went to bed at midnight like an idiot. And so Derek got back to the room, and it was later, but he woke me up, and I'm like, how was it? And then he started talking about these, like, you know, we did this panel, and this happened, and this fetish, and this thing, and I woke up like, did that really happen? Or did I just dream that? I was so out of it.
Blew your mind.
It was weird.
I'll say one thing because I don't think they're here. Whatever. There was someone who kind of just kept yelling stuff out, like, "Who's into this? Who's into this?"
Oh, yeah,
It's
they-
like, all right, calm down.
They weren't
And
hosting it, they were just in the audience.
They were just chiming in. Who's into? Yeah, but who's into this? Nobody. And then at one point, about halfway or towards the end, he was like, "All right, let's get real. Let's get real. All right, everyone, show of hands. Who's into scat? Who's into scat?" And then no one raised their hand.
No one raised their
Half the
hand.
room left.
That attendee cleared
Yeah,
half
it
of
was
the
like he had
audience.
been waiting for that topic to come up and just got tired of waiting. He was like, cut through it.
And then
Are we
I
gonna
think
get to this or not?
And then I think he just kind of waited around a minute and then was like, "Y'all are too weird for me." And then so yeah, we were a little too weird for them, I guess.
I'm coming back next year with some experience under my belt, though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try
we
some of
gotta
that shit
train for next year, so next year's panel can be really good.
Yeah, we gotta
brush
brush up on all the kinkiest stuff we can.
All the
Yeah.
play.
all the play, goat play,
Horse play.
Yeah, horse play.
Horse play is just kind
That's
of
like
like,
You're messing around.
That's like Star Wars.
Like coach tells you, quit horse playing in the gym.
Okay.
But now I'm
Yeah, but
thinking
then
all
it
kinds of different
suddenly takes a turn.
stuff. Yeah. What was coach talking about, really?
Nope. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so that's been great. Yeah, all the panels here have been awesome.
Oh.
It's just really funny because you go here. We do Anime Expo in Los Angeles, and we have a great time there. Honestly, we do really well there. But it's so funny how big it is. You know, any staff you see there, it's just wait, how many lines are there? I mean, it's like they're trying to put out fires everywhere, and then here it's like Yeah,
Hey,
just
guys.
hang out. Yeah.
Need another cup of coffee? Hey,
You need coffee?
stop by the lounge. We're cooking breakfast for you this
Yeah,
morning.
it's great. It's
There's
so
monster
awesome.
nurses here.
Yeah. The small kind of like hotel campus all included in one little area too
Yeah.
is nice.
Oh yeah.
Because you can kind of jet over from this building to this building, but it's all in the same little area. And then last night we had like a really small little concert from another guest. Teddy Lloyd is here.
Yeah.
From I know him from the Kara animation, the Me 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 music video.
Yeah.
And
He did a lot of music for Panty and Stocking.
yeah, Penny Stocking. And then there was a little like DJ kind of booth set up, and he played a bunch of his music last night. There was only like 60 people, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool. That was
Super
really
cool.
neat. So, yeah, we've had a great time.
Yeah.
Did you want to load up any videos, or should we do a little Q&A session? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we could do Q&A, I think would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no new videos to talk about.
We already showed all our new videos at our
How
other
many
panel.
people here were at our previous panel? Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
most people have seen
Okay.
this.
They've seen all that
Okay.
stuff.
All right.
For the people watching at home, we show secret videos at our panels, and you can't see them. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's it. Just had to take a minute to quote. But anyway, yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up, do a little Q&A session, take some questions from you guys, and just,
Because it's hanging out. We're just gonna hang out.
if this panel was like a conversation, I said let the conversation begin.
That's the quote from the great Garth Brooks when he got his Facebook for the first time.
Garth Brooks decided to join Facebook with a really cringy
We should
video.
honestly pull that video and watch it. It is one of the creepiest videos I've ever seen. It's like, is Garth Brooks trying to have sex with me?
Yeah,
Through Facebook?
He has an announcement video for joining Facebook, and he's in his hotel
And he's like
bed.
laying in
We'll
his
pull
bed.
that up. We'll show that to you
What?
guys.
Yeah.
Can you pull it up?
Well, let's do some Q&A.
Yeah, we're gonna do some
I'll
Q&A.
get
We'll
right
pull that
in.
up towards the end. Anybody have any questions or topics you want to bring up to us?
Yes.
Yeah, right here up
I'm
front.
sure you've received this a million times, but how exactly did you guys get involved with the Game Grumps and Table Flip?
How do we get involved with Game Grumps and Table Flips? So, Aaron, Ego Raptor, leader of Game Grumps, was a big Mega64 fan, I guess, for a while, and used to come by our booth at conventions and stuff before he even started Game Grumps. And
Yeah, you can see, actually, I was just gonna say, you can see him in like old cosplayers videos that
Oh,
we
wow.
did.
Yeah, really?
Like there's
yeah, like in
people
the first or
dancing.
second one.
There's people dancing at our booth, yeah, and he looks like he's like 12. I mean, seriously.
wow.
People don't see that he's in the video because they don't recognize him.
You know what's funny? To be candid, when you come up to our booth sometimes, and especially years ago when we weren't so used to dealing with people on a constant basis at the booth, sometimes we're talking to people and unintentionally we just don't see people hanging out, or maybe they're waiting to talk to us and we just walk away and they feel snubbed. Well, I guess that happened with Aaron, with Ego Raptor. At some event, he was a Mega64 fan, but became convinced that we didn't like him, that we hated him. And I don't know how that all got cleared up was beyond me.
Just said that I don't.
Yeah, basically it's just like, we don't hate you. We don't hate you, man. And I guess just having that conversation, he's like, oh, really? Well, would you want to come be on my show? And we're like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how we got involved with Table Flip, and it was really fun. And
Yeah, Table Flip was a great show. You never knew what you were walking into because they always give you a costume, you know what costume it's going to be. And he's played a board game you never played before, and they're like, that was great, thanks a lot. It's like, man, you guys played a board game. You're welcome.
It was weird too because they were based out of Hollywood and they had kind of like this big Hollywood production. So it was like walking onto a movie set with production assistants, costume, makeup, and they're like, okay, now I'm gonna show you how to play Werewolf. And then we were just playing board games. It's like,
When we did the first time, they were filming a music video on the stage right next to us, like in the same room. I forget what it was for.
it was a Kanye West parody. The music video with him and Kim on the motorcycle.
Yeah, someone was, who's parodying it? It was someone like,
Bart Baker or something? Or Bart something?
okay, well that was being filmed right next to us. You had to be quiet because he was disrupting that video.
Yeah. So there you have
There
it.
you go.
Yeah. Who's next? Any other questions out here?
Yes.
So, what's the future of Christmas cast going to be after the incident with Kevin?
Right.
Oh, we talked about this at the other panel.
But it's gonna be a lot tamer. No more pee drinking.
No.
Yeah, so basically, we already covered it at the other panel extensively, but if you weren't there, it was the most disgusting night of our lives, and I don't think we want to go there again. So Christmas Cast will continue, but we're gonna make it more wholesome.
We gotta get back to our roots.
Yeah, no more like smearing dead animals
No.
and bodily waste on ourselves.
Let's do some nice like
We're gonna do,
Christmas
like,
cookies.
yeah.
Some
Oh.
ham with
Yeah,
cranberry.
like
sounds nice.
eat a candy cane next year,
Right? Or maybe, you know, a box of candy canes. We can still do
That's
the challenge.
fine.
But... Mhm.
But you know, all the urine drinking and vomiting, that's captured on tape forever. So you know, it's not going
If
away.
you guys want to see a show, you can watch that podcast. I always have to edit the Christmas podcast, and it's a real treat.
Just going through that, scrubbing that footage
Was
in slow
that,
motion.
was that a low point for you?
Yeah.
You seemed like really unhappy.
Well, first of all, Rocco is running around with a jug of pee. And I'm like, if a drop of pee touches me, I'm going to punch you in the face. Like, I'm not being a jerk, I'm just telling you what it is. And then, yeah, he's running around with pee, and then my bowl got pee in it and threw it away. And
Dude, you got kids. Pee is like so
Yeah.
not an issue.
yeah,
You pee on your hands all the time.
You've
don't you?
changed a diaper before.
I've changed many diapers before.
But it's because it's Rocco's
It's
pee.
Rocco's pee. It's a grown man pee. If it's a baby's pee, I feel like it's different, you know? Like I can handle that. But like a grown man's pee is just different for some reason.
Hey,
Hi, people in the doorway. You do want to come in here. It's a great panel. Two people. Yeah. Come on in.
So,
We're talking about the difference between adult pee and baby pee.
I'm just saying I would rather have baby pee in my hands than adult pee. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so urine.
the shock of Rocco's piece just went away when Kevin opened that can.
Yeah.
Like, it could have spilled on the floor and I would have been standing in it and not cared at that point.
Is
Because
there any difference between adult pee, baby pee, and YouTuber pee?
No,
No
it's an
difference.
adult.
it's all sterile.
Yeah.
We think it's all good.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, but then editing the podcast, it's like, you know, trying to find the best moments, but like the best moments would be like the throw up moments. Like, oh god, they're so funny.
Yeah, just
And like the room stunk still. And editing it just sucks. But
people were contacting me on Twitter saying they didn't want to buy merchandise as they were afraid the whole warehouse was tainted and their shirts would show up smelling like fish. It took a couple days, but yeah, the week later when I went in there, it was fine.
yeah, we aired it out. I had to scrub the carpet though, because when you opened it up, the fermented herring, it like
spilled.
shot out all over the carpet, and the juice was just sitting there. So I had to
Why
like,
does that
juice.
exist? Like, why did anyone make that?
I don't know.
Can you recall what it smells like? Because I can't. Like, I think I blocked it out.
To me, we had just gone to the dump, and it was like you were at the dump, and then you put your face in a dirty diaper in the dump, and then you smelled that, and it just.
I remember, when I was the words I was using to describe it was like every bodily fluid happened at once in one spot.
And then left there for a week.
Yeah, but it's just like, it was awful.
And that was supposed to be food.
But that was basically an understatement. There's no words.
I don't believe that is a delicacy. I just don't believe that.
Well, you're supposed to put it on a cracker.
Well,
They said they had
You're not supposed to eat it raw.
take out hot sauce and it's not going to do anything.
You have a comment or a question?
Question.
Yeah.
Comment, I guess.
Yeah.
There have been instances where that has fallen over in grocery stores in Sweden, and they've had to evacuate the entire store.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. They were saying they've landed planes because of it.
You know what? I was in a video store once with the guy, a video store, it was a dated store.
Yeah.
The guy behind the counter got into an argument with the person who like wandered off the street, probably a crazy guy, and he pulled out a can of mace and just sprayed the guy in the face. And I was like 14 at the time, it was scary for me. But everybody had to leave the store because the smell of mace was like, you can't breathe. The fish was worse.
Yeah.
Definitely. The fish was way worse.
It was the worst thing ever.
Honestly, can you imagine if like the police started using that as a weapon? Like, put on protesters, just like open up, just throw the fish in the crowd, and he
Inhumane.
goes away. You can't handle it.
Well, the protesters throw the fish at the police.
Oh my
The
God.
revolution begins.
Fight back.
Next question. Anybody?
Yes.
Sorry to bring it back to Christmas cast, but what do you guys think was the grossest Christmas cast you guys have ever done?
Have you seen the most recent Christmas?
Yes.
The one,
That was.
the one that I described as the most disgusting night of my life.
Yeah, I said this last time, but like my dad was watching my kids while we were there. And then I picked up my kids and I was like, how was it? What happened? I'm like, I don't want to tell you, Dad, because you will be disappointed in me.
It was traumatizing. I mean, I forget that somebody ate a tarantula on that show.
Yeah, I forget I ate part of the tarantula.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, you ate a tarantula? That guy ate a dead fish. And
Yeah.
this guy drank
When that
urine.
can opened, everything else just went away. It didn't matter that I had like little legs stuck in my teeth.
I was gonna try to eat a bunch of grapevines that time.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Even people who brought good food, that just large quantities, couldn't do it because of the smell. It was just causing dry heaves. I mean, talk about evacuating a grocery store or evacuating a Blockbuster or something.
Yeah.
We couldn't evacuate because the cameras were on and we had to show it.
Our warehouse was smaller than a grocery store.
Yeah, a lot smaller.
The most physically painful thing I ever had to eat was mayonnaise, still, because it was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But psychologically, the urine thing was like, I don't like this.
I think the fact that it was warm, as you said, that
It wasn't warm, it was hot. It was like, I just don't want to eat. Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, this last year
Never
definitely
again.
the
But
worst.
I can't believe that Brian drank your pee. That to me is like, whoa.
It was clean. It
And
was
frank.
totally clean. Coming through that.
Yeah, it was a low point in my life. Next question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now with like the rise of like YouTubers doing like all those, you know, crazy pranks outside, have you guys been finding it more hard to do more Mega64 system-esque videos? Kind of like how you guys used to do in TV shows.
Sure.
Has that been harder now? Because people no longer give you that same reaction.
Yeah, you know, before we would do it back in like 2003 and 4, people didn't know what was happening. And now everyone knows it's for YouTube, whether it be for, you know, a big channel or a little channel, they don't know, but they always say, what's your YouTube channel? Like, they always ask you that, because they know what it's for. And that was not the case back in the day. It was like utter confusion before.
It's funny because I found this video that I really liked. It was really charming to me. I found it on YouTube. It was called like 7-Eleven in 1987. Dude,
I watched that too.
Yeah.
That was a great video.
And it's some guy with a camcorder just walks into 7-Eleven. Hey, I'm at 7-Eleven. Whoa, smile for the camera. And everybody in the 7-Eleven is so happy to be on camera.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, look at me get Slurpees.
It was so rare to have a video camera around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the employees are like,
manager.
ooh, am I a movie star now?
If you walked into a 7-Eleven with a video camera now, you'd
It's
be
like, bro, get the fuck
out of here.
Yeah,
Here's a door.
and I don't even know if that's YouTube pranksters or if it's just the fact that everybody now has a camera in their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it used to be kind of charming when you saw a camera because you knew like, those guys are gonna watch that, show it to their friends, nobody's gonna see it. But now you have this fear of like,
Where is this going?
oh, somebody's gonna catch me doing something when I'm not paying attention. They're gonna put it on YouTube. It's gonna go viral. 1 million people are gonna see me embarrassing myself.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want some viral video that I don't, people are making fun of me and I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, that's
But
like everyone's
back then, that 1980s 7-Eleven video,
Yeah.
that just reminded me of like me and my friends when we were younger,
Right.
and us when we first got together.
Right.
Like that is what we did with our cameras when we first got.
Yeah, me and friends would go to the gas station and just mess
Play
with
acoustic guitar in the gas station.
Yeah.
But also, we're not going to stop doing those videos, those public prank videos, because we're the best at them. And no, honestly,
Yeah.
maybe I'm biased, but I like the way we do it. And I don't really like the other out in public pranks that I see. Like, improv everywhere, I don't really think it's that funny. You know, I like, oh, wow, you high-fived everybody on the bus. Wow. Crazy.
Wow.
Well, our
Groundbreaking.
videos have always just kind of centered around just giving somebody a strange
But,
experience.
no, but then there's the other side of the spectrum too, where people are doing these pranks that are like incredibly cruel.
Right,
Yeah.
that's a new trend. Even like the milk thing that I saw, people
that
like
was
go in the
fun.
store like throwing the milk up and like falling with the milk. It's like, yeah, but you're destroying property and husband clean that up. That sucks. Like, we like to go in the store and confuse someone for 5 minutes and then leave and they're like, what was that? And then no one.
Yeah, we kind of walk the line down the middle. It's like not too cute and harmless, but it's not too harsh
Psychological.
and rude.
You want people to be confused and then that's the end of it. And they have a story for their friends later on, but not to like have them work or ruin their stuff. I don't know.
Controlled confusion,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's a fine line to walk down.
We've gotten really good with the hidden cameras out when we are in public.
Yeah.
We've got small little camcorders, so a lot of people see what's happening and are still confused.
You know what I think is it?
But don't look around and see like a guy with a big camera filming it.
I think they're looking for cell phone cameras. Like, when a guy just has a regular camera, like he's not part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's next? Anybody? Yeah, we're here.
What would you describe the most uncomfortable Mega64 skit? If you have one.
Uncomfortable skit.
Most uncomfortable.
Well, there's several.
For us or yeah.
Well, there's like I've been
I
very
got one.
uncomfortable a couple times. Like we did a video for Konami, and I was Raiden, and that costume was very uncomfortable. It looked great though, Garrett.
Thank you.
It was really good. But it was in a wetsuit, and it was such fun to get on that. Once you got on, you couldn't get off. So we were filming all day. I had to pee. It's like going.
Dude, I made you the most uncomfortable high heels.
Oh my God, that is brutal.
We could only use in certain shots because you could not walk in them very well.
Yeah,
That was.
But I think for me, back to pranks, the most uncomfortable video we've done is recently we did a video about extreme pranks, and like we did like a someone cuts his dick off prank, whatever. And so
it was called the genital mutilation.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Sorry. And so in the video, I'm tied to a chair, and then Derek has these like garden shears like in my face, and like.
Can we pause? Because I just want to give them backstory. A video was released called Best Friend Murdered Prank. If you haven't seen it, it wasn't us. There were these other YouTube pranksters, and they kidnapped two best friends and put blindfolds over them and pretended to shoot one of them in the head and film the other one's reaction. And it was just like, okay, so that's YouTube comedy these days. Then that was the inspiration for the genital mutilation
So
prank video we made, which parodied that
video. But being in that chair tied to the thing and having Derek with the garden shears like in my face and by my dick, it's just like, I know we're just filming, but this sucks. Like,
okay, so here's what I was thinking at the time. It's like, Sean's tied up. I know if I start acting weird, he knows I'm not going to intentionally cut him.
Right, exactly.
But maybe I could scare him to the point where he'll think I'll accidentally really hurt him, and then we'll get genuine fear in this video. And that's what I was going for, and it worked.
You got it.
So I knew you'd be fine the whole time,
I didn't.
but I was getting real close. And I kept like messing with my mask, like, oh, I can't really see what I'm doing. Anyways, it was good stuff. Yeah. Most uncomfortable you've been. Rocco, is it safe to say Final Fantasy?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I had like 8 layers as this monster. It was all these things hanging from my neck. It was just like a mask and then a thing over that and a thing over that, and I could like barely breathe in there, and I was like almost passing out inside this thing because I don't know why. It was just like it was strangling me. So I tried to be as friendly as I could with people coming up to me all day. I tried to be as polite as possible.
Yeah, right.
But,
Yeah, right. Rocco was the biggest dick that day.
Somebody says nice costume, you told him to fuck off.
maybe it sounds like that.
Go to hell.
Like, we're walking down the public. Rocco was walking down the beach dressed like that. Like, oh, cool costume, man. Being nice. Fuck off. You're walking around like this.
I think I said, have bug. I said fuck off.
We were being jackasses in public, doing stupid video game stuff in public, and some guy was like, "Oh, give him a Hadouken," which
that set me off.
Look, we're being stupid. That guy's being stupid. Everybody here's stupid, but for whatever reason, you're in a Final Fantasy costume. You're like, "Excuse me, shut the f up, idiot." And for me, it wasn't a skit, but we did a panel once in Boston, and it was this huge. It was a room like 2 or 3 times the size of this room. And there was a box in the middle of the room. Somebody had left there, and I thought, oh, it'd be funny. Like, I'll hide in the box, and when the panel starts, I'll pop out like a jack in the box. It would be so funny. So I sat cross-legged in this box, and it took them 45 minutes to load the room. And I didn't anticipate how hard it would be to just sit there. I was basically like holding a yoga pose, sitting cross-legged in this box. And after a while, I just feel like sweat dripping down my face. It's like, this is super uncomfortable. And when the panel started, I tried to pop out, but I didn't realize my legs had fallen asleep. And I couldn't stand up. So then the box just kind of like flopped over, and I like rolled out of it.
You never stood. You
I never
rolled
stood,
around on the
yeah, and I was
ground.
like, oh, we're all supposed to be dancing right now, but my legs are dead, so I just kind of like flopped around like a fish on the ground. And I asked Eric and Garrett, like, come pick me up, and they thought I was joking. And I was like, no, I seriously can't stand up right now. You need to help me up to the stage. It was pretty bad. I'll never do that again.
So even though I've lit myself on fire several times for skits, it pales in comparison to the uncomfortability of Sean and I were filming Rocco getting dysentery for the Oregon Trail skit.
Oh yeah.
Rocco walked into like an old-timey part of town in old-timey clothing and then like rolled around in a restaurant making fart noises and I've got dysentery symptoms. And people were running around, waiters, call 911, get the, call an ambulance.
The ambulance is on its way. This talk coming right now.
Sean and I are filming.
Because we don't know what kind of food he ate. Wait, no.
Rocco doesn't know this is happening, so
They thought he was dying of food poisoning.
Rocco wouldn't stop rolling around. And did we have like fart sound effects out of like a big Bluetooth
No, I think
speaker?
I just farted.
Yeah.
So like, but if you have the raw footage.
Yeah, I had them playing somehow. I don't remember.
If you have the raw footage, it was me behind him. Rocco, get up. Oh God, please, Rocco, get up. We gotta go. Rocco, God.
Me and
Oh,
Sean
God.
are panicking because everyone's gonna call the police and an ambulance is gonna show up, but we have no way of running into the restaurant and telling Rocco, like, get up and get off the fucking ground. Come on.
I was there, but I was not panicking. The ambulance show up, that's a good video. Could you imagine if the ambulance shows up and hauls him away at the end of our Oregon Trail video? It would have been a classic. It would have been expensive.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
So, yes.
Who's next?
Have you ever been delayed to do a skit via traffic problems or something like that?
Ooh, traffic question. Okay. How are we getting nitty-gritty? Get to the down and dirty. This just turned into an 18 and up.
You know what? There was we were going to do an episode of, we did a series called Marcus's Corner years ago where Sean played a puppet character.
Yeah, actually.
And we were going to do an episode with Tim and Eric. We were going to their studio. We had been to their studio once before. They were really nice and just let us, like, it was back when they were making Tom Goes to the Mayor. I was a huge fan of that show, and I somehow got a hold of them and they let us come to their studio. We filmed a short little cameo with them for version 2. And so we were going to do a Marcus's Corner with them. It was a couple years later, and we got so screwed by traffic going to LA, and it took so long. So we were in contact with them. They had their PAs were on the phone with us. Like, is everything okay? They were like, yeah, it's all good. They're filming. Don't worry about it. They're still filming.
Yeah, they're running late. So you guys are fine.
Yeah, take your time. Don't worry about it. But it was still like stressful. I was like, I still want to be there on time. And we were still panicking. So I called them again. And they were like, don't worry. They're still filming their thing. So don't worry about it. And then we got there after like 4 hours of driving. We got there to their studio and came in, and they were like, Tim was like on his computer,
ignoring us,
and then like closed it and started packing up. And then Eric showed up and was like, "Hey, yeah, it's too late to do this. Talk to our assistant Jamie." And
when he came in the room, he said, "Rocco, you're late." And all of us just like cold sweats.
We were like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, just talk to Jamie and see if we can reschedule." I don't know who Jamie is. I have no clue. And so that was it. And it was like, "Oh, all right."
We left.
I guess we'll just drive home now.
But we do. I mean, every time we're late for anything,
yeah,
late,
we still
always
that.
You're late. We say that all
It's one of those inside jokes with us now. It's not even if you're late. The last person to walk into the room of anywhere that all of us are going. Sean was walking to this panel today.
We did it today, yeah.
And I was like, John, you're late.
You're late.
We're not going to be able to do it.
It was just right there in my face. You're late. It was just, we do that. Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yeah. But honestly, I was relieved deep down. Like, doing Marcus's Corner is something with a game developer, with like actual comedians. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
I'm like the biggest fucking idiot.
It's better with a straightforward game developer who
pissed.
Who thinks they're going to have a normal interview.
I was genuinely pissed. I took off work, and then we drove for 8 hours for nothing.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of ruined on. I was a big Tom Goes to the Mayor fan too, and then like for like a couple of years, I just couldn't watch Tim and Eric stuff because I was
That
mad at them.
off. Yeah. Oh well.
We were deceived, but I got over it.
Thank God.
All right, who's next? Yes.
So if you guys wanted to introduce somebody to your personal channels, what's the first video you would show them?
Our personal channel.
Personal channels. Don't bother.
You put some good music videos on your personal channel.
Yeah, we do all have personal YouTube channels, but those are more like just of us messing around. Like you might see some videos from here on our personal channels. You know, this dumb thing we filmed while we were.
I put one up last night from this very convention.
Did you? What was it?
Called Earth, Wind, and Fury. It's us dancing to Earth, Wind, and Fire and just screaming. So that's what you're in for.
So start with that one. You want to introduce somebody.
Start with, actually on my channel, start with, the only video you need to see, E3, what year was it, 2013? I think, E3 Target booth. Target had a booth at E3 and I went in and just tried to figure out why. And they can't answer. And then like they're trying to help me like, yeah, video games, right? And then I'm like, and I want an answer, and then it just turns into, shut the camera off, we're gonna call security. What? I mean, they turned so quick. I mean, it was like, they had no answer, and I'm like, do you have more of an answer? And they just resort to security, get him out. So anyway.
He's asking too many questions.
Yeah. That's always been my favorite.
My favorite personal channel video is I went to SeaWorld and it's filmed like B-roll, this footage of this, whale jumping or snakes or whatever they had at SeaWorld that day.
There's snakes at SeaWorld?
They do. Holy
It's an audio narration of what's at SeaWorld.
I wanted to do like a guide to SeaWorld, and so I just filmed like the B-roll stuff, and then later I did the narration part of it, but I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if like something happens in this video where like the narrator is attacked during the narration, the video just keeps playing as if that didn't happen. And so it's me, whatever. So like I'm doing the narration like, and here we have SeaWorld, built in 1977, SeaWorld, whatever. So going for a while, all of a sudden the door bursts open, like, all right, motherfucker, get down. There's like gunshots and screaming, and then some whales jumping and then whatever. And so I uploaded that, and it has a pretty good amount of views, whatever, but there are so many mad mom comments. I was watching this with my kid to see if he wanted to go to SeaWorld, and so honestly, the video, watch the video if you want, read the comments is what you really should do. That video, Guide to SeaWorld on my personal channel.
Cool, good stuff. Yeah. I got a personal channel, but it's like music videos and stuff. I do comedy with these guys and all the other film stuff I dabble with. I just throw on my personal channel, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I got a lot of cat videos of my cat. The series of Jimmy's of Santee that we all did. Those were great ones. And even my, I did a real short run of store casts. They were like a podcast where we'd go into a store and interview. And it was always, we'd inevitably get kicked out because we're filming in a retail store. But I want to say Fig Revolution was, that's where you should start.
You're naked now, right?
I think in Fig Revolution 2, you might see some butt cheeks.
See some butt cheeks. If you want to see Gary's butt cheeks, you know where it'll go.
All right. Anybody else have a question for us?
No?
Anybody
Okay,
at
cool.
all? Oh yeah, there's a couple people. Here in blue.
You guys are huge fans of anime and video games. Is there any one universe from either anime or video game that you guys would like to live in for the rest of your lives?
Ooh.
Star Wars.
I don't know if I'd want to trade. It's pretty cool being friends with you guys and coming to TaiyouCon and stuff.
But what if you had the Force?
No, I would definitely live in the Dragon Ball world because dinosaurs are still around and you got those capsules.
And Bulma.
You could throw down and you got a car,
Don't forget about Bulma.
What does that mean? Come on.
Sean, anime universe that you'd love to live in for the rest of your
I'm
life?
gonna skip the one part. I'm gonna go. Okay. You know what? Hyrule. Let's live in Hyrule. It's nature, castles.
What? Hyrule?
Yeah.
Every 2 years, a curse rolls over. Ganon cannot be contained. You want to live there?
You have to subside by farming and stuff.
Yeah, no, there's waterfalls and there's different little creatures, and I would definitely live there.
Dude, Link is the hero of Hyrule. He'll run into your house and smash all your stuff for no reason.
Yeah, well, that's my shoes. Alright. It's his possessions, Derek. Who cares?
right. Well, I stick with Star Wars.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And I would have the Force.
All the stuff, all the anime, movies, and everything I'm into is like so. It has such a down ending, or it's such like a dark and dismal story, where the main character always dies at the end, or his girlfriend gets taken.
But you're not the main character. You're just living there in that world,
just existing in there.
Yeah.
Man.
I know your answer would be like Resident Evil or Metal Gear.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll go Metal Gear Universe. That one's safe.
You want to be controlled by nanomachines?
No, I think I'm hacking in, taking control of the nanomachines.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
Making
Okay.
them work for myself.
You're on the rig.
Me and Naomi Hunter, we're close. We get it figured out.
Okay.
Cool. Nice question.
Hey, speaking of anime, I just want to say I need to just point out my favorite purchase I've made this entire convention. You can get one for yourself. They have them here. There was a booth that had a shirt with this rose on it. You know, the classic Cowboy Bebop quote, "See you later, space cowboy," which is not correct.
Extra words in there.
Yeah, there's extra words in there. So
What is it supposed to be?
just "See you, space cowboy."
Okay.
To avoid copyright, you have to add
fan of that
extra
shirt.
word.
And they did
I saw
copyright.
that shirt and I was like, yeah, it's even got ellipses on it. Like, oh, beautiful.
See you, space cowboy.
Is that your one souvenir from
I wish it
Thailand?
said "See you later, space cowboy, comma goodbye." live with what you got. You know?
Add that.
He also got nurture. What was one you wore yesterday during the masquerade?
Oh yeah, I got a shirt that says it's an anime thing. You don't want to understand.
And there's a silhouette of Ron the One Half on it.
Yeah, like shrugging.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Anyway,
Great shirts. Who else? Yeah, I know there's a couple more questions in here. How about Red Hat?
Since we're talking about personal channels, on Rocco's, you upload a lot of music videos.
what?
Well, what was your inspiration behind like Analog Bitch? That's like one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, I have music videos? I don't even consider those music videos. They're just bad things. Most of the videos that have any kind of production behind them on my channel are just 100% impulse. And it's just like, okay, the green screen is set up, what can I do? And I just gotta turn on the camera and pick up the microphone and like just go. So that, sometimes I get the urge to do that. And so that was it. I didn't have any other plan with that. I just picked up, I'm an analog bitch. I'm an analog bitch. I don't know what that meant. Like, I kept talking about how, I kept thinking about how digital was bad. And because I'm an analog bitch.
I was up in the merch area doing merch, and Rock was like, "Hey, I'm warning you right now. My dick is going to be out." So
I think that was Munich Man.
Oh, it was. Okay, sorry, got confused. But yeah, my dick is out, so maybe just don't look down here for the next 5 minutes. I'll give you all clear.
It's a real relaxed work environment at the Mega64 office.
It's fun. Yeah, I had a copy of Munich. It just came out on Blu-ray, so I just did a little song about it. And then I covered myself up with it. And what's funny is I think I've let like 3 people borrow that copy of Munich. They don't know what's been on that Blu-ray. Don't watch that. Oh, I'll watch it, but not my copy. Anyway.
Anybody else? Yeah.
So I know all you guys, to some extent, collect vinyl records. I was wondering, what was your coolest recent pickup, or if you didn't pick up recently, what's your coolest record you have?
Mondo just did the Fight Club soundtrack on vinyl.
Dust Brothers?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it's awesome. They're gonna reprint it. It's like sold out.
Okay.
It's gonna come back. But it's a vinyl record, and it's pink vinyl like soap.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's completely sealed up in IKEA packaging, like yellow. It's called like Farmskurber. It's got some like name, Swedish name on it, and it's all sealed up. It has a diagram of how to play it and all that stuff. It's completely sealed up. You can't get the record out of it without ripping it in half. You have to destroy it. And there's a note from Tyler Durden in it that's like, only through sacrifice can you get, it's a destroy, you have to destroy it to play it. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. You have to buy 2. So smart. Brilliant marketing boy.
Got me.
Most of the records I go try to find are old, But
Yeah.
Mondo has been doing recent releases. I
Yeah.
think the Twin Peaks LP, it was a double LP I just picked up. That had a really cool release where it had very, it almost looked like the pattern of that carpet in the Red Room, like on the front cover and everything. And then when you pulled the slip out, it was like cut the slip case, so it almost showed through the artwork on the sleeve, like when you would slide it in and out. That Twin Peaks release is really cool.
That's cool. I was able like a few years ago to find some thrift store. I don't know how I got so lucky. I think somebody died, and the record collection was donated to a thrift store because I stumbled in there and it was like every good record ever made for like $3. And it was like every Beatles album, all like these Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd albums, like obscure bands from the 60s, like bands that I had heard of but never thought I would ever see a record, like 13th Floor Elevators, and it was super cool. And that was like my biggest experience collecting vinyls, because that's kind of like the dream. You walk into a thrift store and it's $3 for a badass rock collection. Mm-hmm. And out of there was a band that I hadn't even heard of, but I looked at it and I kind of recognized somebody on the cover. It was Jeff Lynne from ELO. Oh. But it wasn't ELO, it was some band called like the Idle Hands or something like that. So I was like, this is interesting, I'll pick it up. And I looked it up later and it was his original band from New Zealand, and it was like a $300 record. It was so rare. I paid like $3 for it. And I sold it to a friend of mine for not $300, for like up $100. I was like, yo, bro, it's a deal. But he was super stoked. He was like, this is like the Beatles of New Zealand. I can't believe you found this. And it was like, yeah, I got it at a thrift store. I'm glad you like it. So that was my story.
Yeah, I have a couple of records that like I hold dear to my heart. Like one, like my dad gave me his copy of Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. Like he like rode his bike down to the store when he got it when he was a kid. You know, that kind of like I have his like the day it came out. I have that press. You know, whatever. It's kind of cool. But I think someone died and donated all this stuff to, my dad works at a city college, but it was like, hey, this is to all the staff at city college, or if no one wants it, then we can donate it to like the students of the college, whoever wants it. But I am really into like radio mystery theaters, like back in the day, like the old-timey radio shows, you know, like X-1 or Radio Mystery Theater. Like I really like listening to those old, you know, serialized shows. And so one of the things that the guy donated was the entire sound library that they used for sound effects for those shows. But like they only had like 10 in the country, like when they were doing this. And so like it's like 50 records and it's like, oh, side B is crickets, side 2 is train horn, you know, whatever. But like I have a whole collection of that, which is like, I don't know if it's worth anything, but like, it's so rad to me just to have like, these are the sound effects that were used in the things I listened to like back in the 50s. That's so cool. So like, that to me is like my prize collection.
Do you recognize sound effects like when you're listening to
I've never been able to play it because it's 77 and my record players don't play
this. You know what too? One time at a different thrift store, I found a record that had a picture of Hawaii printed on it. It was like a printed record, so I bought it, it looked interesting, and I played it. And there was one song on it that was like, really beautiful. It was like just this super relaxing like ukulele song over some waves. And what was cool is I tried to find that song on the internet. It's not on the internet.
Oh, really?
Anywhere. And it was really just like so special to me to have some random record. I can't tell you the name because it's like it's just a record with a picture of Hawaii on it. I feel like I'm the only person in the world who has this song. And that's a cool experience.
Yeah, vinyl's making a huge comeback though. Like that, it's crazy how like I started collecting vinyl like in high school just like because I thought it was fun. And like now it's like everywhere. I got this a Harold and Maude soundtrack for $40 when I bought it, which was a lot back, you know, when I was in high school. And I look now, they only made 2,000 of those, and it goes for like $800. I was like, oh my god, like I sell this shit. I don't care that much about Harold and Maude. So this is cool, like how like vinyl is becoming a thing.
Yeah, I got a Marvel vs. Capcom rap record from Comic-Con once. Wow. It was like all these rappers doing songs about Marvel vs. Capcom.
Scoops.
Yeah, and that's super rare too.
Really?
Yeah, but I never opened it. Yeah. All right, enough about records.
We're almost at time. We can get a couple more questions up, I think.
Yeah. We can do a couple more questions if you guys have any.
So other than Tim and Eric, are there any other celebrities or other YouTubers that you tried to work with and just didn't pan out?
Didn't pan out.
Do we talk about that rapper that we worked with recently? Or we tried to?
We did talk about that. We almost.
Yeah.
We almost got Lil B.
Thanks,
to be
God.
He was almost in our Sakaguchi video. He was going to be in our Final Fantasy video. We were going to have him and Sakaguchi rapping together. We were like that.
So like at the end, Sakaguchi becomes a rapper, and I'm standing there next to him, just like yeah. I filled in for Lil B because he was supposed to play that role. He was communicating with Rocco the whole time.
Yeah, he was really cool. I mean, we got to talk to him. That was awesome, and he was super positive. Like, yeah, the creator of Final Fantasy, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be great. And he was that way up until the moment we filmed the video. He was still not there, going, yeah, this is gonna be great. Yeah, we're filming in like 20 minutes. Can you get down here? Yeah, I love this. Yeah, but you have to come down. You have to get down here like now, or we can't film it. Oh right, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, yeah. I mean, we're filming right now, so should we wait, or are you gonna be here? And then the famous final text we got from him was, "Love you." He said that, and so we were like, oh, "That's very kind, but I think we have to just." I think we gotta stop waiting. We gotta move on.
Yeah.
And so we still, that's another thing we quote to each other all the time. It's like, you know, somebody hasn't shown up, we're just like, love you.
Well, it was basically like,
Fuck you.
That's what it felt like.
yeah, are you gonna do this or not?
But-
I was like, love you. Okay, thanks.
But it was cool. I mean, he was still like a cool guy, great guy to talk to, but it was
I think
just,
he legitimately wanted to do it, but
Yeah.
it just goes back on the schedule and
yeah.
didn't work out. But we were that close. That would have been so cool.
Yeah, Lil B, and then was there anybody else? I feel like
there's been a couple developers that we've almost shot stuff with. We were gonna do a video with Todd Howard that didn't work out last year.
Creator Fallout.
And yeah, there's another couple too, but they may still happen. So I'm always like sketchy on like going into it too much because
you never know.
Yeah, maybe it'll still come around.
There was that close call where we filmed with Mike Nelson from Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
What's his real name?
That's
It is Mike Nelson. That was a character name, but we did this whole thing with version 3 where we filmed with Mike Nelson, and then right at the end of the shoot, his like producer or handler or whatever was like, all right, so email me all the footage and I'll review it in case we need to kill it, and then we'll move on from there. I think Rocco, you were like, we got in the car and it's like, she's never seen this footage.
Yeah. If anybody ever says we may potentially kill this project,
She used
you're
that
never
word.
gonna hear from us again. We got all we need and we're out.
Yeah. So
she might have killed it, but hey, it's on there, version 3.
Yeah. Yeah, in back.
Have you ever lost significant material due to like a hardware problem?
Yeah, I'll answer this. Years ago, they used to have like switches on hard drives, like a light switch to turn it on and off, and there was this whole process where like you would have to plug it into your computer and then turn it on, and then flip it back off before you unplugged it. And one day I was just not paying attention, and I was like, "Oh, I need to switch hard drives." Boom, boom, and like they both got white. And
yeah, something. Yeah.
This was like during version 1, back when we first started, and it was just like, it was like two months worth of stuff, and we just had to go out and refilm it all. That happens sometimes. Hasn't happened since.
That was back when hard drives had to be plugged into the wall.
Yeah.
External hard drives didn't just run off USB back then.
Yeah, they had.
Most external still run.
Well, they still-
yeah, bigger ones.
I buy solid
But
state.
Rocco is really, really good at backing up hard drives, just in case.
To his credit, he's really
Yeah.
Like, he has like a whole safe full of hard drives. That
Oh,
is,
in
like,
multiple locations too.
True. So like, if we ever need it, we have a hard drive somewhere. If there's a fire, we still got copies somewhere. Thanks to Rocco. So, good job, Rocco.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have time for one more question. If anybody has one.
Which they don't.
No? All right then.
Final
answered all
question.
the first channel we've ever answered all the questions. So
Wow.
First. I feel pretty good about this. Well, we're at time anyways.
Oh, wait, there is one more.
What's that?
What made you want to do the sensual seduction at the panel?
So why did we do sensual seduction for our panel intro? People at home haven't seen our panel intro, but we come out to sensual seduction.
It's actually, we use sexual seduction. It's a dirty version.
There's two different versions. So we went with the sexier one. No, I'm sorry. Wait, it's sexual eruption.
Yeah, sensual
Versus
sexual eruption versus.
Yeah. Sexual, you can tell the difference because in Sensual Seduction, it's a great song, it goes good, but Sexual Eruption, you can occasionally, under the chorus and stuff, you can hear Snoop Dogg just lightly say, orgasm. He just kind of whispers it.
A few years ago, we were doing panels for a long time. A few years ago, we had this idea, like, man, it'd be great to come out like wrestlers, like you have your entrance music. But we wanted to be funny, so I think the first one we ever did was Wild Wild West. Yeah. We came out to Wild Wild West.
The first one we ever did was, y'all ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Then it was Wild Wild West.
Y'all ready for this?
That was the second one.
And then before All Star blew up on the internet, it became a meme thing, we came out to All Star, which was funny because at that panel, we played the entire song, but we'd only come out during the chorus, and then we'd run backstage for the next verse, and then come back out for the next chorus. Really dragged it out. Sexual seduction, sexual eruption is what we're doing this year, because it's kind of like a tour. We hit these panels every year.
Yeah, I think this is probably the last time we're doing it.
This is probably the last time.
Retiring that, you saw lots of performance.
And when we were younger, we would do, like, I remember once we came out to Baptasia,
which if you
which
know
is
that
just crazy fast
Crazy
EDM.
dancing.
And like, we were having palpitations afterwards on stage because like we couldn't breathe or speak into the mics or whatever. So then from then on, it's like, hey, let's go like low key, down tempo, something nice and relaxing.
Yeah. So we just want to be sexy.
Sexual seduction.
Yeah, Sexual Seduction was a good song. I think it's always funny when you find a hit song from about 5 or 6 years ago that would totally not fly as a hit today. And you kind of realize, like, why did the whole world like that song? So pretty soon we're gonna have to sit down and pick the next one. I don't know what we'll resurrect, maybe.
I think we talked about it. We talked about it in the booth yesterday. I feel like
I don't want to spoil it.
no, I'm just screwed.
Yeah,
I feel like Party Rock Anthem is just irrelevant.
It's just now
Just
getting
hit
funny.
that perfect timing where it's like, oh, that song.
Yeah. You want to give us a question like, why?
Like we're all.
You know what? I was walking out of the hall last night and I just like shouted like, Party Rock is in the house tonight. And some girl from across the vendor's hall was like, everybody's gonna have a good time. I was like,
Yeah.
it's coming back.
That's where I feel like that song's right in the sweet spot. We're not quite there yet with Gangnam Style.
It's like 10 years away.
Yeah.
That a little more time with that, but that'll be next. That we're almost there, but Party Rock,
yeah.
might be the one. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's our panel.
Well, on that Party Rock Anthem note, I think that might be our panel.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, everybody. We're going to be heading back to our booth for the rest of the day.
We'll be able to the rest of the day. Come by, say hi, get pictures, get shirts, whatever
Pictures
you
and
want.
signed stuff. We have merchandise and DVDs and stuff to sell.
And thank you for coming to TaiyouCon and coming to see us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a great time.
It's our first TaiyouCon. It's been
Super
really
fun.
fun.
Thanks to you guys. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see you later.